A year to explore your freedom, Part 1. Hello beloved ones. We want to talk further with you today about this invitation to let yourself be fully and purely who you really are. To speak to what this means and how you might explore this more fully, and also to encourage you by talking more about the context in which you are situated and the ways in which traditionally humans relate to freedom and self-expression and how this is affecting your ascension experience. We believe you will feel emboldened and step forth more fully to explore your freedom. Your capacity to embody the fullness of your being is continually growing. It will continue to expand as your planet and you are on an ascending energy arc. You're rising in frequency and growing more accustomed to this frequency that is higher than where you have been. You're learning through the generation of new functionality in your body, to circulate and flow an increasingly higher frequency energy and to do this more consistently and in a more sustained way. As you know, doing this releases lower frequency energy, so there is a continual process of recalibration and a re-establishing of the homeostasis of your being. This is happening in waves. Regardless of where you find yourself in this continually unfolding experience, we want to tell you that you have already received new and significant capacities. How did this occur? By your expansion and refinement. Through this you have grounded and can now emanate and receive who you are much more fully. How do you open up these new capacities though, the gifts of your expansion? By allowing yourself to pursue your dreams and visions. By allowing yourself to blend the energy of all you are into action. We suggest you do this by taking action upon your cherished dreams and visions of your own life and of your world. You know, the safest dreams are the ones that just stay as dreams. They're very beautiful and they're very precious. They are the ones that people really treasure and the ones that never get messy and feel as though they're not untarnished, because in your mind they exist purely and perfectly, and yet they're just possibilities. They're just possibilities in this sphere in which you are focused, because this sphere in which you are focused is the material sphere. When you begin to act to engage in life and you dare to risk the possibilities of living and creating your dreams, you start to blend your being more fully. You begin to realize the life of the new human. It becomes more than an understanding or an idea, it becomes your presence. In doing this, you allow yourself to enter a path that is unknown, new, created as you go. Unfolding and powerfully transformative. A path which may have many surprises. Sometimes on these paths of self-expression in relationship to your dreams you might even feel in moments that you totally failed, and yet it is through this kind of devotion to the things that you envision and treasure that other people and you yourself, divinely inspired beings, have engaged in action and with passion and created immensely beautiful expression. So realizing this, naturally, you want to get in the game. It is in the creation of dreams such as this and the exploration of those questions that you love so much and want to explore, or the interests that you enjoy participating with, that all truly universal and beautiful expressions have come forth on earth. You create energetically. We talk about this so often, and you live in a physical world, and the invitation to you now is to blend these seemingly two distinct things into a flow. Physical action and engagement supports the flow of energy. You create energetically the capacity to give birth to dreams. To summon the support and synchronicities that help you find and unfold the path of creation. You use law of attraction confidently and boldly to do this. Yet, creativity on earth involves action. It involves talking to and being with other people. You don't create a new job, for instance, using the law of attraction but never leaving your house and never talking to anyone. You use the law of attraction in your vision and your vibration to draw to you the opportunities, and through these opportunities you connect and collaborate. Through these conversations and actions and the energy that you find and connect with an amazing new job that meets the energy of your vision and your vibration, and so often, so much more. Do you see? Action, participation, getting in the game and out into the world is an essential component of blending your being in the material. Part of the ascension pathway, as we have also talked about recently, is that there are moments when you tend to withdraw more, and sometimes these periods of time last quite a long time. Sometimes your energy is quite low because there is so much transformation happening in your physical body that you don't have a lot of energy to put elsewhere. But when this comes to a close, and it naturally does, when you feel yourself emerging into clarity and with energy again, action is natural. To accomplish your blended being, it is, in fact, essential. Now, another thing we wish to highlight today is that one of the greatest challenges of the new human is to really lighten up, and we mean this as a state of mind. We want you to lighten up so you can explore the possibilities of your immense freedom with these new perspectives you now carry. There are so many on earth that do not yet understand the truth of their being, and their landscape is indeed smaller than yours. You have opened up your understanding, and with this you are in a vast territory of possibilities. We encourage you to not let yourselves be stalled by trying to do it perfectly or searching for the perfect dream. We would like to remind you there is always now and there is always later. Choose what you want to create now and begin. Begin anywhere. When you feel inspired towards something different, let yourself do something different. We're saying all of this because freedom can be scary. Freedom can be scary, and human beings have a very strange relationship to freedom. Most of you crave it profoundly, but it invites you to go beyond that which you have known already, and in doing that, it invites you to explore life in ways that go beyond a sense of knowing. And then you wonder, is it going to work? In your world there are so many ways in which you want to know things before you experience them. Are you aware of this? It's quite striking how you remove the joy and delight of direct experience by doing this. Because of this you impair your ability to experience your life as flow. There is a tremendous amount of holding back and inhibition in the way most humans, quite habitually, relate to their lives. It's like when you go see a movie. For those of you that like film, let us ask, when was the last time you saw a movie without seeing a preview? That previous could be a film preview, or it could be a verbal one given to you by a friend. So many of your experiences are not actually encountered until they've already been somewhat evaluated and predigested for you. They're not directly experienced and unfolded. Do you see how this dilutes your presence? How it impairs your ability to be here now, and to flow with the fullness of your power. You generally want to know how things are going to go before you begin. Is that not true? And you don't start things, often, that you think might not be perfectly assured to work out as you want them to work out, from where you are, before you've even started. Do you see how you diminish the landscape of freedom that you actually have, by functioning in the world in this way? Dear friends, this is not the way you came to play. You did not come here to play it safe. You came here to dream up a new world and birth it into being. How can you do this if you only do the things that you've already experienced and that are already familiar and that you already know how they turn out? How are going to move into something new in your life and on the planet if you don't allow yourself to engage upon a path that is unknown? How can you do that if you don't let yourself explore the fullness and the possibilities of all this freedom that you're generating? It might not have occurred to you yet, but in fact the benefit of ascension is freedom, expanded freedom. In remembering and rising in frequency, clarifying your consciousness and presence, you are removing all those filters of perception that have created obstacles to living powerfully in your world. As you come into greater clarity and more accurate understanding about who you are, the gift of this is liberation. The gift of this is freedom. When you engage in action and you dare to pursue something you have no idea how it will go, but you actually really hoped you can create, you are exploring this freedom. And guess what? It might work exactly how you envision it. It's far more likely, however, that whatever you've envisioned is actually dynamically unfolding and shows up as a great deal more than what you initially knew about it. It's far more likely that the act of living and creating, the act of endeavoring to make it come forth will involve revision, will involve refinement.